I noticed that you set up the sharing thing, so I figured I'd let my viewers watch this too, if that's
Oh, that's
okay with
beautiful.
you.
Yeah, absolutely,
Right
my
on.
friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. Will, what do you think, my friend? What do you think?
This is gonna be. I mean, this is gonna be a landslide. I don't see how this is gonna be any less than a unanimous not guilty verdict.
Exactly.
I just there's no. I mean, you could just pick a topic of what Lally says is evidence out of a hat and poke holes in it. It doesn't matter what it
Absolutely.
is.
What'd you think of Jackson's closing? Was that amazing?
Beautiful.
It truly was.
I mean, inspiring, everything. It had everything that you could ever want. I mean, the thing is, guys, is what I've noticed about this case. What I find, one of the many things I find fascinating about it is, you have these defense attorneys, and you imagine defense attorneys who have good hearts and good souls. They must love cases like this because they get to actually fight for justice. They get to fight for truth. They get excited. They get passionate. They get fired up. And I've seen nothing less than that from Jackson, Yannetti, and Little.
That's true, buddy. It's just, what I love the fact is how he brought all the facets of what maybe he kind of left out. Talking about the tail light, talking about corruption, talking about the cover up, all these things that we really thought they're going to focus on in their case in chief. And Will, think about this, right? She's facing life in jail. They put 6 witnesses on. Is that confidence or not?
I mean,
it's amazing.
Lally's got a very strange confidence about him that I don't understand. Like he's not visually confident, but he's definitely audacious with the moves he tries to pull. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
I'm blown away.
I'll tell you.
Sean, people are asking about the tow truck driver.
Okay.
They're coming in.
We had a guy from Dighton call in, Will, in the show.
Oh, the tow truck driver.
He said his friend is the tow truck driver. You're going to love this, Will.
Okay.
He went down to talk to him today. He said, dude, what's up? He says, you know that picture of me going into the Sally port and taking pictures of the car? He says, that's not me. I never went in. I never drove the car into the Sally port. They said, all right, here you go. We'll take the car. And it makes sense. It's evidence. So some mofo got in that car, drove it into the Sally port. It was not the tow truck driver. This is incredible. Absolutely incredible.
This is wild. And think about it. That's just another drop. And I went over some of the stuff on my live stream earlier about the stuff that we know about that the jury still doesn't even know because there's probably just not even enough time to present it to the jury.
It's amazing.
There's still exculpatory evidence for Karen Reed that is amazing that they still didn't even go over. They never went over the 3 liters of blood. No. Where's that?
Well, like I said, Will, I mean, I felt like I was cheating on a test, right? There is a federal investigation, and they're not going to let up. They're not going to give this gold mine up. They will not. I do have to do something. I got to take this off real quick. People, listen, we're going to shut down the phones for a while, okay? Because I really want to concentrate for this thing for the Howie Carr show. So listen, we will open up the lines a little bit later. Where are we on the jury watch there? Well, Dylan, where are we, my friend?
We're about just over an hour into it now.
Okay, all right. So they're getting friendly with each other. I think the statement was that they were going to work through lunch. That's what Yannetti said. They were going to deliberate through their lunchtime.
There you go.
Awesome. What do you think about that there, Will?
I think that they have confidence that this is going to wrap up quickly. Maybe not today, but every second counts. Like if they could wrap it up quickly, then they will. And I think that the reason for this is because I think they're anxious to let Karen get on with her life the quicker the better.
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. What was I going to say? I just thought that, what was Lally going to say? I mean, he had to put in all the crap that meant nothing. One thing, they can talk about everything. Talk about the calls, talk about this. Tell me how she killed him. Lally, tell me how she killed John O'Keefe. The science doesn't say it.
He couldn't do it.
Nothing, physics doesn't say it. And the timeline is gone. It's been destroyed by their own people. Their own people destroyed the timeline.
Right.
Between their witnesses and Garino, they messed up the timeline.
And it was amazing that he had a timeline up for his closing arguments. Like, look, jury, like, dude, it's already been shot down, bro. Like, I don't know what you're trying to pull here, dude.
Yeah, that's amazing. And the other night, and I didn't want to get into this, right? But those thugs really showed their true colors, with Aiden on the street. And I was telling people here, Will, Canton is not indicative of those thugs. All right, Canton's a beautiful town. It was a great town to go to high school in. My parents lived there for 55 years. It was awesome. And to see these thugs led by a select board member, right, egging his kids on, laughing, calling people's names. I mean, just low class white trash. Right.
And to have, after that became practically viral, they had the audacity to show up to the courtroom. And did you notice that it's the people who were except for Higgins,
right?
Everyone who's implicated the most in the third party culprit defense. So
exactly.
Nobody who's immediately related to each other. Everybody's related, but not immediate family. So you have Brian Albert, you have Jen McCabe, you have Colin Albert and Carrie Roberts all sitting next to each other behind the O'Keefes, which is very, very strange. Right. Like, I mean, what did you think that was going to look to the jury? To me, that looked better for the defense.
Right, exactly. And as you know, Will, they're staring directly at the jury.
Right.
Brian Albert is staring right at those jurors. And like I said, I don't know what happened, with the little scandals there. Who knows what happened? But the bottom line is, it just wasn't a good look. I mean, and the fact that Mr. O'Keefe wasn't there, that's a message. Anyways.
Before you go on, we got to get you up to 25,000 subscribers tonight, Sean. Wherever we do not leave you until we get 25K.
Would be great. It'd be great.
You're not far off. You're not far off.
15,000 in here right now. This is nice. Hold on. Let me see what this thing is. I don't care about it. I mean, come on. All right, we got 10,000 on the right here. We got 10,000 on Twitter. Galera's got 547. Going through the motions, I don't know where the hell that's at. That's 4,000. And we got 15,556 people. Not bad.
Yeah. But we need to get 25,000 subscribers.
Where are your people at there, brother? Dylan, where's all your people? Did you bring them over?
I did. They came over and on. They all came over.
Beautiful.
I just recorded it. I've just left it to you.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I've got folks watching on Twitter. I don't know how many I've got. It doesn't show me, but
I'll tell you right now. It tells me. So
both on Twitter and YouTube, and I just pinned the link to your live so that people will like and subscribe.
Right. So with you, Glare, Will, your YouTube has 597. Your Twitter has 536. My Twitter has 10,275, and the YouTube is 4,066. So we have a great following here. It'll be man. Now look at me. I'm hosting this party. Do we have any connections? Do you have law and crime up there, Dylan?
What do you mean?
Unless this thing comes back with a verdict. This
is a verdict watch party. We got to have that on hand, buddy.
I got the Glera, I got this, and I got law and crime going. I got streams going.
So you guys had a nice little time out there, right? You guys met up when I was handling my brother's affairs. Oh, look at this.
Yeah. I was.
It's amazing.
Dylan was kind enough to host, and by the way, I haven't said thank you yet for inviting me here. It's a pleasure to be here always. I love this channel, I do. And it was awesome getting to hang out with Dylan for the first time. I look forward to doing it again, even after this. I want to do that again.
Guys, I don't want to interrupt the love affair here, but I got some half-naked guy who wants to come on. Hold on.
That's fine.
Here he is.
Fine.
The one and only John.
Hey guys. John, I'm getting ready to go over to the court.
John,
I'm going over to the court in about 15 minutes. I'm going to be over there.
Just don't chew on the turnbuckles when you get there, Georgiana.
I just wanted to say I've been watching you doing awesome, and hopefully when I get over there, I can watch Howie Carr, and we're going to celebrate.
Oh my God!
By 4 o'clock today.
Will, did you know that the OG, the guy that before Aiden, I think, was even born, Howie Carr, this guy has been on Boston radio, Boston publications, being the guy that you do not want to be on his list. He is the original gangster.
No, Howie. No, Howie.
Right here.
Yeah,
no, that's John Como. But Howie Carr.
You can be on my list.
But John,
if Turtle Boy goes live on Howie Carr while I'm still live, I always stream it and go over it.
Good. Well, I'm going on 306. So I'm gonna do it live from here, right here from the stream, so I can call out, which is nice. John.
Yeah.
Tonight we have a select board meeting.
Oh, I'm there. I'm going there too. I'm gonna be there too.
That? And I just can imagine how badly will Chris show up. That's the question.
I'm telling you, tonight I'm not going to be on the back. I'm not going to be in the back. I'm not going to be the elephant in the room. I'm going to be front row, right in front of his seat.
Good for you, because he's the secretary, right? He's got to be there.
Oh yeah,
right. He has to be there, right? I mean, the thug he was out there, stirring up his kids to act up, calling the bouncer, the other kid on the chair from the Navy.
Well, you know what they did. The minute they saw Turtle go in to have dinner, they were on the phone calling everybody. They were like mice. Everybody, get down here, get down here, get down here.
I can tell you how it happened. He walked into CF McCarthy's. Juliana Nagel was sitting at the bar, saw him, started taking pictures, sending them to her family, and then they showed up to ambush him and antagonize him.
Yeah, she was blowing the conch shell, calling all their troops.
100%.
That was amazing. And man, where's the anger coming from that young lady? I mean, what's up with that? Is she all fired up all the time like that? She's obsessed.
Sean, Sean, when you were in town,
wouldn't you be pissed?
Sean, when you were in town and back when I was growing up, they used to sit on the wall further up the street. They didn't. It wasn't in front of the pizza shop.
No,
it was on the wall.
Yeah, a couple of my friends remember there was a couple of guys. Buddha, remember Buddha?
Oh yes,
with the motorcycles. I mean, I don't know who those guys were. They were probably nice guys, but
the Piazzas,
Ray Piazza.
Yeah,
listen, they
would do his wheelie from one end of the street to the other.
Right, exactly. But God be good to them. I hope they're all there. But listen.
And what's Chris doing, hanging out with these kids? What does he think he is? He's 50-something. He's 52 years old.
Yeah. I know.
It's
crazy.
He's supposed to not only represent his family, he's supposed to represent the people of the very town he was behaving like that in. And, these people were vocal about it, going, "Hey, you're supposed to be the selectman of this town. We voted you in. We pay taxes for you to represent us, and this is how you're going to represent us."
And then they wonder why there's 50 people at the meetings every week. Every week.
I know. I mean, I've never watched any select board meetings in my life until this year. It's crazy.
Tom Theodore must be so happy right now that he's not having any of this.
Tom's a good guy.
He was
in a tough position. He really was. He was in a tough position. So
all right. You got 15 minutes, Sean. I'm going to head down to the court.
Now, are you at work right now? Are you at work?
Yeah.
You're doing a quick change, right? Look at you.
I did a quick change.
What do you do for work?
I'm like Fred Flintstone. I work at a quarry.
Yeah. Okay. Someone's saying the board meeting.
You're shirtless, and I was what are you?
No, I got it on. It's going back on.
Ron, they're saying that the board meeting was canceled tonight. Did you hear that?
No, last night the police review, the police audit was canceled.
All right. A little louder. Someone wants me to talk a little louder. How the hell can that be?
The clearer. They're asking the clearer to speak a little bit louder.
Oh, okay.
All right. Let me see if I've got.
All right, Sean. We'll see you. I'm going to head down to the court.
All right, here, buddy. Thank you, my friend.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Where am I?
I can bring my mic a little closer. That's about the best I can
do. There you
do.
go, buddy. I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I see Cherry's in the chat as well. Is it a birthday today, Cherry?
It's always Cherry's birthday.
It's today.
It's Cherry's birthday, and she loves cheese. You got to put cheese emojis.
Nice.
Happy birthday, Cherry, for her birthday. She'll love you.
So for people in the chat, and you too, Will, so I have the thing set up to call in live so that I'll be able to be on the stream here. You guys can hear this conversation I'm having with Howie. All you people in the chat will be able to hear the stream with Howie. So we'll see how it goes.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, so this is going to be great.
So
I'm looking forward to hearing you talk about it.
So about 3 o'clock, and I've all these years, I was telling Dylan this morning, when I was in Peru, I mean, this guy is famous. I mean, when I talk about famous, he's the guy you never, ever, ever want to be on his hit list. And he would tap all the calls, all the politicians, all the government hacks. I mean, the guy was I believe he was the first one to say the word hack. He called them all hacks. And I'll tell you, he's got nicknames for everyone. But this guy you did not want to be on, like people saying today, you don't want to be on Aiden's hit list, right? But this guy is definitely the OG. And someone had said to me last week, hey, Jesus, I don't normally like Howie, but he said you're a stand-up guy, so I guess I like him. I said, what do you mean? He's talking about me? So evidently I was tagging him on some certain things. Anyway, make a long story short, he reached out to me today, so I'm going on.
Oh, that's great.
So.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Howie, and I never heard of him before this case.
Oh,
and then
awesome.
When people explained it to me, I was like, wow, because I mean, he wrote a book on Whitey Bulger, right?
Let me tell you a backstory.
And his writing is his articles are just great.
So back in the day, and let me tell you something, he killed the Bulger crew. He was hitting them left and right. Well, as it turns out, either Maturano or Kevin Weeks, all right?
Fearless.
They set up on his house. They had the rifles on him. They were going to take him out. And Howie said, they're a bunch of pussies. They wouldn't touch me. This guy is fearless. He really is. And hey, listen, it is what it is. But this will be like an honor for me tonight. I mean, to be on his show. It's like talking one Boston guy to another Boston guy. He doesn't know me from Adam. Hopefully we'll be able to connect. It should be a great time. You guys will be there, which is nice. I'm glad you're doing your show, Dylan. I mean, how did that, Dylan, you just kind of came over, right?
My show.
Will? Right, you just said you can join.
Yeah, I just wrapped mine up, and you reached out to me yesterday, and I wasn't going to pass that up because I love talking with you.
Right.
And I love talking with Dylan. I just I said, I just recently got the pleasure of talking with Dylan. So yeah, I wasn't going to pass this up.
Oh, beautiful. We got Ferry Raven in. Ferry from Ireland. What county are you from, Ferry?
I think is she Donegal? I think she's Northern Ireland. Northern.
Yeah.
She's definitely
like Frank Sheridan, the pathologist. He was great. You know, there were the Weeks. Look at Kevin Weeks tossed a basketball filled with gunpowder at Howie. That's a good story. Jesus. But
my boss is mad at me. Cherry, I didn't know that I could stream this stream as well.
Yeah.
I told you I was going on.
Yeah, there's a button.
It's a share thing that I
the button at the top. Dylan, that's what I did to you unknowingly a long time ago. Yeah, I think you could have done the same to me.
We announced it that this is going to be on yours, so you were gracious enough to allow me to stream on my own with you as a guest. Yeah. So
So, and like I said, I mean, when you think about this, right? Karen Reed has the federal government backing her, right? That says a lot. I mean, unfortunately,
and the jury doesn't even know that. Yeah, you were just going to say,
aren't allowed to know that, right? No, he's not afraid of the road cops. He's loving taking a shot at the Mass State Police. He is crucifying Garino, talking about tapping kegs at Westfield. That's true. Back in my day, they were. Garino's a young kid, right? He's talking about the best marijuana in town up there at Westfield. That's pretty wild. The guy, he has comments. The guy's brilliant. He's on the fly making up that stuff here, you know? Okay, Tracy P., can you explain more about Mr. O'Keefe? Does he think Karen? Okay, so listen, remember Joan? Joan, I had on Joan. She's a friend of the family's, right? She hit me up today and said, definitely it's a sign. It's a message to all of us that Mr. O'Keefe was not in that courtroom today. He probably is disgusted to the fact that they allowed those thugs to sit in the same courtroom with him. And he said, that's it. And did not show up. And she's saying, and she calls him Papa. She says, Papa didn't show up to send a message to us, to the Free Karen Reed side. She said he has always believed in Karen. He has always loved Karen. So that's wild. That is wild.
Very telling.
Yeah, that's true. So what are your thoughts there, Will? I mean, you cover this thing from the beginning. What do you think?
On what specifically?
I'm just saying overall. I know you're Free Karen Reed the whole nine. Anything in particular pique your interest as far as what they didn't have, what they did have?
Well, I'll tell you this. There's the blood, which I mentioned earlier, but early on in the trial, when Lally was showing the pictures of the evidence taken in the snow, after they showed that, and then once I think it was Tully that was pulling out the evidence from evidence bags and whatnot, he pulls out John's shoes, and I go, maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like the picture of the shoe had the shoe that was in the picture had a black sole,
right?
And this one has a white one. And I was like, there's hours and hours of trial, so I didn't want to go over it. I didn't want to go look for it. But then I'm streaming Vinnie Politan, kind of giving him a hard time, kind of razzing him. But I don't know how you guys feel about him, but I was streaming that, and he shows it. He's sitting there on the fence, and he shows the pictures one after the other because it's a court TV clip that happened to have them, but they don't point it out. And I go, Wait a minute. I'm like, look. I'm like, I knew it. And I went over it like 10 times. I'm like, that sole on that shoe is black. The sole on the shoe that they're showing in the other pictures is white. And, that wasn't even brought up. That right there is proof beyond a reasonable doubt that they planted evidence. Right. They absolutely planted evidence.
No doubt. With that said, we have another interesting guest here. Let me bring Nurse Kim onto the stage. Look at this.
Whoa.
Kim, how you doing?
Hi, guys.
Hi, Nurse Kim.
Kim,
nice to meet you.
Clara, this is Nurse Kim. She's a very special friend of mine. Knows all about the pathology in this case. An expert, I would say. We had 3 nurses on about maybe a month and a half ago. Talked about everything, and she's been a beautiful breath of fresh air to this case. Kim, what do you think, my friend? What do you think about this whole thing?
Well, I was doing the Lord's work, as I do, Sean, on the TikTok, and I had to get everybody up to speed for what happened with closing. I gave out my synopsis of what happened for closing. Alan Jackson knocked it out of the park, in my opinion, and Adam Lally has just shown us his lackluster opinion for the last almost 9 weeks. We've had the same thing, the same monotone. Lally showed up, and what did he do? Assassinate Karen's character and no evidence, right?
Exactly.
So,
and I saw that jury. I've seen that jury, and I'm telling you that jury. I was in there 5 minutes. The days that I was there were the first day was when the jury saw for the first time Karen's car backing into John's car. And then the next day was when they saw that the Lally port footage was reversed. So
the invert,
right. Now the first time, it didn't even get to that till the later in the day, the backing into John's car. But within 5 minutes of sitting in that courtroom, I could tell you that there's no way. I didn't get any impression whatsoever that there was even a chance that that group of people would unanimously vote guilty. It wouldn't happen. So Karen was already, on the road to acquittal here, in my opinion. Now, I've never seen a jury in person before. So it was my first time in a courtroom, but I looked at them. I made it a point because obviously the difference between being able to stream it and watch it and being in the courtroom, you don't get to see the jury's faces and reactions when you're watching it when you're streaming. But when you're seeing it in person, you make it a point, so every time something happened, I'm looking over at the jury, and they visibly reacted. And audibly reacted as well. There was a gasp when she backed into John's car and they closed in and focused in on the tires, and John's tire moving. And then the next day, when they exposed the Sallyport footage for being reversed, court was adjourned, and immediately David Yannetti walks up to me and Brian from LTL Media and goes, "This is beautiful. The jury now sees that we're telling the truth and the prosecution is trying to hide something. This is beautiful." And that was then. So how many weeks? It's been 2 weeks since then, at least?
At least.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was amazing. It's an amazing thing to get to witness. Again, there were things that I wanted to hear answers to in this trial that never came up, but it's only because there is so much exculpatory evidence that you have to pick and choose. You have to prioritize what is going to create the most doubt in the jury's mind. And this defense team, obviously, we all have the most faith in them. So am I a little disappointed that I didn't get to hear certain answers to certain things that I had questions on? Yeah, but overall, I'm just like, I trust these guys and what they're doing. I trust that entire team and what they're doing.
That's awesome. What was it feel like in there, Will? What did it feel like? What did it feel like meeting with Karen? Tell us about that.
She is, first of all, the person who left the most personable impression on me was Karen's mom.
Oh,
she is the sweetest lady. I got to sit right next to her the first day, and she is the sweetest lady. And whenever something would happen, she would, put her hand on my leg and go, like when somebody would lie, because Buchanan was on the stand. And when he was testifying as to when they showed up, him and Proctor showed up to Karen's parents' house, he was telling his account of that. And there were so many, she was trying so hard not to react. She didn't react really, but she was trying so hard not to react, and eventually when there was a sidebar, she leans over and she's like, "He is lying." And but Karen,
that's a mama, right? That's a mama right there. And she seems like, I think that the Reed family, in my humble opinion, they just exude like love and support and kindness for Karen and also for her supporters and all of, I've never had the opportunity, Will, to meet them in real life, and I'm a local girl. But.
You just described how they are in person and in real life. Like, Karen was absolutely just super kind, very personable. The first time we spoke, it was as if she knew me for 10 years. She was just that. And it's just the way she is with everyone. You know what I mean? She is just that kind of person. Like, there's not, I don't think I've ever met a killer, but I sure in theory didn't get killer vibes from Karen Reed. I got the absolute opposite.
Is something happening, guys?
No,
they said someone's saying in the chat that they're
ignore it.
No, nothing. No, you got the.
I'm on it. I'm on it everywhere. Like, if I'm quiet, it's because I've got like 5 tabs going. Because everyone says verdict's in. No, it's not. It's not on. It's not in. It's not in.
Okay.
So Dennis asked a good question. What can you do if they find her guilty? Well, the jury,
they'll appeal. That's for sure.
They'll appeal. They have enough to appeal on. honestly, I don't. In all my 35 years, I don't think with this much that they'll find 12 people to find her guilty. I don't find that at all. But like I said, you never know with a jury. That's what I'm saying. You never know with a jury. And I got to tell you, I was hoping they wouldn't go to the jury. I was hoping some magical thing would have happened prior. But then again, hey, this is our system of justice.
Well, we thought this morning, didn't we? We thought the FBI were flying in this morning because of the whole thing sidebar this morning with the jurors. Me and Sean so excited. The FBI are coming. They're fucking coming. The mofos are going down. And he was like, no, it was a bit disappointment, but that all happened. But we did until this morning think surely they might come in and stop all this rubbish. But we're here where we are. We're here where we are. We shouldn't be here, but we are. So, and also just Will's story about the mother, the father, Mr. Reed, seeing Karen going arm in arm with him into court this morning. Wow, what emotion that was to see the crowd all around them. Right. What a proud father. Well, and you spoke about that as well, Sean, didn't you?
They have a very, very special bond, father and daughter. He's been her rock through all of this, and people are questioning why she would call him in the morning, making up bullshit. This is what happens. Yeah, this is what happens with relationships. You call your father. Oh my God, I'm so distraught. I'm so this. I'm so that. We got the blizzard coming. Maybe she was calling to say, check on my house in Mansfield. Shut this off. Shut this down. I mean, she was supposed to go back to her house in Mansfield. She wasn't supposed to stay over. I mean, there's a lot of things that people don't realize, but yet they got these plebeians and the rest of these people are doing all this bullshit, lies, and all this other stuff, So, anyways, did you hear, Nurse Kim, that I'm going on Howie Carr's show today?
Oh my God, Sean, good for you, my bud.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I'm going to tell you another thing we broke today on the show. The tow truck driver in the Sallyport. Not the tow truck driver. He never drove the car into the Sallyport. The tow truck driver that picked up the car in Dighton is not the guy in the Sallyport. He never drove the car into the foolish Sallyport.
Yeah. Who said this? How do we know this?
A guy came on live, Kevin Farris. He's all over Dylan's place. He went down and talked to the guy himself. And he said the taillight never looked like the end result. Well, we knew that.
Well,
Yeah. But to hear someone else, who's got no skin in the game, confirm it, it's always good. Right. I mean, and it was funny in the courtroom, Tom pointed out, because Tom CPU was sitting behind me, and he pointed out when we were looking at that Sallyport footage, he was like, not only is it reversed, he's like, if you notice, there's a perfect line of a square of snow that's already in the Sallyport before they pull the car in. That means that the car was already in there because the snow fell off and it didn't melt, and the Sallyport is heated. So the snow didn't melt. That means that the car was already in there, and then whatever footage was before that is where whatever happened. They pulled the car in, and then they faked the next time the car came in. So
people reporting that the jury's out, according to TB. What we got? The jury's out for the day?
They're deliberated. No, they're just deliberated.
They've been out.
What do you mean by out?
Deliberating.
They're out deliberating.
That means they're in. All right, guys, I'm going to tell you what. While I do this, you'll be able to hear it. I'm going to mute everyone while I make this call into Howie. Is that okay, guys?
Yeah.
And because unfortunately, this won't give me, it won't give me the ability to call and keep everything on the thing. So I'm going to call in now. Hopefully, we'll all hear it. Okay? How's that sound? All right. Can you hear it?
Hair grow faster. Call Northeast Hair Restoration today for your free consultation.
Hi, it's the Howie Carr Show.
Hi, this is Sean McDonough. Howie told me to call in.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? It's It's good. Yeah, Howie's producer.
Hey,
how's it going?
Actually, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're a little distant anyway. You could, are you on a headset or anything?
No, not really. I'm, can you hear myself?
Oh, okay. Now you sound good.
Oh, great. Good. All right. Beautiful.
Yep. No, actually, yep. Yeah, now you sound great. So awesome. Thank you so much for calling. We get about 3 minutes and Howie's going to go right to you. So if you're cool, I'll just put you on hold.
That's fine.
And then we'll get to you.
That's awesome. Great.
All right. Sean.
All right. Beautiful.
Hold on.
All right. Great. All right. We're in.
A set of pillowcases.
We're in,
only
guys.
$9.98 and a micro mattress topper for as little as $9.99. They also have blankets in a variety of sizes, colors, and styles.
This is wild.
Duvets, quilts,
So
down comforters,
the
body
chat,
pillows,
all the
bolster
chat
pillows, and
gets
so
to be
much
in here
more with the
and listen to this thing
discounts
live. This is
Call
great.
800-658-4965 or go to mypillow.com and use the code Howie. Don't love it? Don't worry. Pillow has a 60-day money-back guarantee and a 10-year warranty. That's 800-658-4965 or mypillow.com. Don't forget the code Howie.
Hi there. It's Silver Dave from local Silver Mint in Ware, New Hampshire. I was a Green Beret in the Army Special Forces. Now my new mission is to get silver into the hands of Americans. At local Silver Mint, we have the best selection and the lowest prices. Come to our beautiful showroom in tax-free New Hampshire. See our rows of display cases and clearly marked cases. We have silver, gold, platinum, palladium in bars, rounds, coins, and more. Also, check out some of my inventions, which we make, like our stealth silver, which hides in plain sight, or our 1/10 ounce silver for barters and trades, or my newest creation, the sterling sword, solid silver swords, which also make great Father's Day gifts. In addition, we buy all things gold and silver, and we pay the highest rates. Also, check out local Silver Mint on YouTube and see our fun and informative videos. So come on down to local Silver Mint in Ware, New Hampshire, and back it up.
If you don't know about the recent Supreme Court decisions affecting Second Amendment rights, you should tune into Rapid Fire, our local 2A talk radio show, to learn more about the cases being brought to the Massachusetts court system. Join every Wednesday at 4 p.m. at rapidfireradio.us or search Rapid Fire on your favorite podcast network. At Cape Gunworks, we are responding to all 2A news. Go to rapidfireradio.us and give us a shot.
The world is a scary place. Luckily, FlipLock is here and can help protect you and your family. The FlipLock security door lock is unpickable, unbreakable, and is 10 times stronger than a deadbolt.
Better strap yourself in. It's time for the Howie Carr Show.
Look the other way. 4 words that sum up the Commonwealth's entire case. Late night calls and Google searches, falsified affidavits, inverted videos, and butt dials galore.
DNA revealed that it was a butt dial.
Not just someone on his speed dial. His dexterous cheeks dialed all
live from the Matthews Brothers Studios.
You have 1 minute, Mr. Lally. Wrap it up.
Yes.
Peter, are you just trying to take a knee until the end of the show?
Who do you love? Howie Carr.
Howie Carr doesn't have a big thing saying federal agents support Karen Reed or Department of Justice provides slick reconstructions in support of a cop killer. Someone the mainstream media will not do that.
Rump swabs, hacks, and moonbats beware. It's Howie Carr.
That was exactly the headline on my column this morning. Here it is, if Sean McDonough's watching. FBI witnesses appear in bombshell development. Read Howie. All right. So joining me, a real pleasure to have him here, is Sean McDonough, El Jefe, and he's the host of his own show. He's from originally from Mattapan, Dorchester, a graduate of Canton High School. He can pronounce Canton properly, Canton.
and he was a DEA agent for many years. Now lives in Naples, Florida, and he's been fantastic on the Karen Reed case. And I got to know him through watching him. And Taylor told me about him, and I thought, that doesn't sound like Sean McDonough, the Will McDonough's son, would be doing this. But it isn't. It's a different Sean McDonough. And it's Sean McDonough. Welcome to the Howie Carr Show.
Howie, thank you so much for having me on. This is an honor. I'm telling you, it's an honor.
Well, it's an honor to have you on. And one of my McAlberts who's texting in says, Sean is on. He talks nonsense. He's a grifter. So you're already getting some accolades here.
They've been killing me. They've been killing me.
I think you can handle it.
Yeah.
Listen, the reason I wanted to just have you on just on general principles, because you're really entertaining, and I've been enjoying your stuff, and we'll try to get you on again after the trial's over. But last night I was on the brook path walking my dog, and this woman came up to me and said, "Are you Howie Carr? Can I walk with you? I just have a question for you." And she said, "I know Karen Reed's going to get off, but are they going to get those bastards who tried to frame her, Morrissey and the state cops?" And I was thinking of what I wanted to have you on, because you're confident that the feds are going to make a move after the trial. Why don't you can you tell people, Sean, why you feel that way?
Yes, Howie. First of all, I had the inside track. All right, I had a gift.
Yeah.
If you know the story, Karen to Natalie to Aiden, right? Well, somewhere during the line when Karen dumped Natalie and Aiden dumped Natalie, guess who Natalie ran to? She ran to me, a 35-year law enforcement guy, 28 years as a DEA guy, running covert operations in Peru and Colombia, and she gives me everything. She gives me the whole ball of wax. Howie, I'm reading things like this. We know who killed John. The FBI has been on Morrissey's cell phone and office phone for months. This was back in March of 2020. Howie, my jaw dropped. Let me tell you something. You know how this is. You're an old dog in this game, right? You give a DEA agent that type of stuff. Oh my God. It's not only that. They talk about the CI. These people are talking law enforcement terms that they should never be talking about, right? The CI told us that the nephew, just these quotes, the nephews and the uncle beat the shit out of him. I'm sorry, I can't say that, right? Oh my God.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. All right, so beat him. Took him down the basement. The dog got involved. Higgins was trying to get the dog off. The poor guy passed out. 20 minutes later, he wakes up. He's convulsing. He's throwing up. Howie, that was told one day after Karen Reed was arraigned. Nobody had that information. And I'm looking at this, I'm saying, this is it. And not only that, Howie, you know how the story goes. They did a parallel investigation under Morrissey's nose, under Colonel Mond's nose, and they came in covert in April of 2023, handed out all these grand jury subpoenas and said, "Now, pal, we're coming right at you." I'm telling you, Howie, this is locked and loaded. They're going to come. They're not dropping this. They're not going to drop it.
Why did they let this aberration of a trial take place, though? I mean, this is just this is the worst thing that could happen for. I mean, people like you and I didn't have much faith in the justice system to begin with, but I mean, anyone who's been following this has got to be totally cynical about everything going forward.
Because I firmly believe in my heart, Howie, this was a big, big public corruption case. The murder of John O'Keefe, I believe they backdoored into it. They were already on something. And I don't know about Rachel. I don't know about all this other BS. But I can tell you right now, Josh Levy is a stand-up guy. Whatever he saw when he became the first assistant, the acting AG, all right, of the District of Massachusetts, he said, guess what? There's something here, and we're going at it. And when he gave up 3,074 pages to Morrissey and to Davianetti and Jackson, he lined it out. And he said, guess what, guys? If you go to trial, this is not going to end up well for you. And I guarantee those 3,074 pages dictate exactly the exculpatory evidence that Morrissey was dying to find out. This is about Morrissey and above. John O'Keefe is just, It was just by accident. By accident. Think about it, Howie. They're on his cell phone. They're on his office phone. Think about the people who are calling in. He never knew about it. He's got diarrhea of the mouth.
Ron, I like the way you summed it up. That they get the one wiretap, and then they have he calls somebody else, and they have the right to wiretap the other person. I mean, that's exactly what the FBI did when they were trying to ensnare Trump in 2016. They went after the low-level guy, Carter Page, and they figured he would just lead them to the top. Yeah, that's the way it works. Right.
And unfortunately, that was bad what they did then.
How did this start? Did this start with Sandra Birchmore, or who did this start with?
That's the part that I personally don't know. All I can tell you what I do know, what I have in my hands, and what I read, and that's what I read. And what I read was this: they're going to arrest what's his name, Morrissey. All right. There's a grand jury. This was talked about early on, long before Aidan Carney was known by the masses, long before Sean McDonough even knew how to push a button to get on live. This was already in the works. You know how the feds work, Howie, better than anyone. And they came out with guns. They went to Morrissey and said, guess what? We want your investigators. We want your witnesses. And we're going to bring them into Uncle Joe's house down in Southie. You remember they called Moakley Uncle Joe, right? When I was in D.C., he was known as Uncle Joe.
Yeah, I remember when Whitey was killing people on Northern Avenue.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
So how soon are they going to move then?
All right. So
what happens if the jury comes back? If it comes back a hung jury? I mean, as you've been saying, as everybody's been saying, that's a victory for Morrissey. He's going to claim that everything was screwed up by Turtle Boy et al.
Sure.
And he couldn't get a conviction, and he did his best.
Right.
And now it's time to wash his hands of everything.
Right. That's the goal. They want this thing to go away, but they got caught. They never expected that Howie, think about this. When have you've been around a very long time, 35 years for me in the game. I have never seen the federal government, any other law enforcement agency. Just think about the political fallout. The FBI.
I said it in my column this morning. I've never seen them move in on a state prosecutor, especially the politicized FBI moving in on a Democrat prosecutor who's a delegate to the national convention.
Absolutely,
I mean, this is really embarrassing for the politics.
And to find out that they actually paid for these experts. These guys were superstars. You said it today. They didn't need anyone else. They needed these two geniuses to say the magic words. But the FBI and the Department of Justice allowed this. This is the thing. Their team Reed, Karen Reed, all the way. That's the message.
So we don't have a verdict yet. I mean, it hasn't been very long anyway. Do you have any idea what happened with those jurors this morning?
No, I saw it. I teamed up for the whole trial with a kid from Wales. His name is Dylan Davies, the alternate corner. I've been doing the play-by-play with him every morning and doing recaps at night. So I saw it live like you probably did, or all the other people. No idea, but I think Aidan Carney's going to jump all over that. Hopefully, you get that juror to talk to.
Okay, so you think that there's no way they're going to walk? If she's found not guilty, the feds aren't just going to walk away and say, "Hey, we prevented a terrible miscarriage of justice, so we've done our job, and it's up to the voters to get rid of Morrissey." You don't think that's going to be what happens?
Too much money, too much political pushback for them to not do anything. How can they face the political machine in Massachusetts knowing what they did? They can't. They have to do something. And they will. They have to.
One thing that they were saying off the record is that this all started with Rachel Rollins when she was the U.S. attorney. She didn't like Morrissey from when they were DAs together, and he was pushing back along with the then Republican DA of the Cape and Islands, O'Keefe. And she decided this is payback for her. And there's somebody in her office, and now Levy's office, whose wife worked there, and she wasn't treated well by Morrissey. And this is just petty politics. Do you think there's anything to that?
Well, okay, let's for the sake of argument say, okay, that's true. When she finally got whisked out of office, right? Josh Levy became the acting U.S. attorney. He's a smart guy. Something about that investigation said to him, we got something here. And he devoted a lot of manpower, a lot of time, a lot of resources. Wiretaps are not cheap. The surveillances are not cheap. Getting those guys from ARCA, not cheap. There is something there. And I'm going to tell you right now, as a man, as a person, as an officer of the court and law, something told him, I can't back out of this. And that's what I feel. 35 years of my career is on the line. I would never, Howie, the hardest thing I had to do was to say to my heart, these cops were bad. And everything in my fiber, I said, this is bad from 6:04 in the morning. It never got better. And it's a tragedy. It was corruption. That is the face of corruption. I hope they all go down as quickly as possible.
Sean McDonough, El Jefe, the host of Going Through the Motions on YouTube. What about the fact that Karen Reed didn't take her shoes off when she went back into the house?
Bad. Awful. Irish girl, too. She didn't take her shoes. My mother would kill her. Can you believe it? Can you believe it, you bad girl?
To cover her tracks, she left 53 voicemails for the guy she had just murdered.
You bad girl, Karen. You didn't take off your darn shoes. You bad girl. Oh, God.
33 voicemails wouldn't have been enough. 43 voicemails wouldn't have been enough. She had to leave 53.
Yeah. Like I said on my show the other night, it'd be one thing if she said, oh, John, I hope you're having a great time. I hope Jen McCabe is not hitting on you like she always does. But if you need a ride, please call me. No, she did the right thing. She laid him out like every other woman would. I've been on the other end of that for my whole life. Trust me, I'm doing it right. I got voicemails from Susanna right now. The same thing, and I don't even drink. It's crazy. I'm telling you.
I don't know what Lally was trying to prove. Everybody on the jury, male and female, was thinking the same thing. We've all been there.
Right.
Right.
You know, listen, come on. This is the thought. When you have nothing, you got to invent as you go. You have to invent it all. I just can't wait till the corruption part is completely exposed. But anyways.
All right. Listen, Sean McDonough, thank you so much for being with us. It was a pleasure talking to you. Thanks for the nice things you said about me the last couple of days.
Howie, you are
I've really been appreciating.
You are the OG, and listen, anytime you want me, you have me, my friend. Thank you so much for covering this case. It's so important.
And where can people? You'll be on tonight at 6 on your own show.
No,
right?
I'm actually live right. I'm actually live right now. I'm doing a verdict party, a verdict watch party with all. I've got 24,000 people in my little party here.
Here, and I just want to show everybody who's in your party. If you could see, I don't know if you can see me or not, but FBI witnesses appear in bombshell development. As Sean wanted me to do,
yes,
I delivered.
And you know something? I saw that. I saw that. I did see that, Howie. You're a great man. You've been my hero. When I was in Peru, I was listening to you. Trust me.
Thank you, Sean McDonough. We'll be talking again.
All right,
Thank you so
Howie.
much.
Thank you. God bless you.
Me on your show
God bless you. I would love to have you. Love to have you, Howie. Thank you. Well, how about that?
Oh my incredible!
He's the OG. Look at the hand time I got. Look at how much time I got. What was it? It's 3:21. I thought he was going to cut me off like News Nation does. Now we get 9 minutes, Sean. They cut me down to 2 seconds. Come on. Howie's great. I'll tell you. What an awesome guy.
He's such a staple too for our community. You know what I mean? For hope, like he is the
forever. You know, I'll tell you. It's just been to have a guy like that, to have other people. I know. Listen, Ashley Banfield. Her producers call me right now. They're all over this. They want certain people on. I'm trying to hook them up. They want me on tonight. I don't know what's going to go on. But it's funny that, certain people, they're like, what's his, look at Antiquated Rogue is in. Tell the mofo he's okay for right now. But my mods, if he gets out of hand, bang him out of here. But no, Ashley Banfield, she was from the get-go. No little two sides like Vinnie Politan or Julie, whatever her name is, on the morning show, right? She from the get-go was all about this. This way you're gonna like Will, right? Take a stance. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Go with your heart, go with your feelings, go with your instincts and your training and your experiences. That's what
I have always said on my channel, because I've been YouTubing for, I don't know, 5-ish years.
Right.
And yeah, I've always said I would rather be wrong about someone's innocence than be wrong about their guilt.
Absolutely.
Because if you're spinning a narrative about them being falsely guilty, you're potentially ruining their life. You're contributing to ruining their life.
Right.
And I don't want to have that on my conscience. I'd rather give someone the benefit of the doubt. What is so wrong with that? You know what I mean? Why wouldn't that be your instinct?
Right.
So, and this true crime world, man, there's just so many people that just that they got their pitchforks and their torches and they're just ready to go based on someone's face and how smug they look, or something like that. It's always ridiculous.
Right. Exactly. I know Tom CPU is trying to jump in. I'm trying to get him here. I got a friend out there, Kim Fordham. If you can hear me, I don't know why you can't get in, Kim. But she's one of my oh, here we go. Let me get Tom in here. Hold on. There he is. Oh, here we go.
Dropping the lights down to
we got a party over. Look at this. Hello, people.
Woo!
What's up?
Hello.
Tom CPU in the house. What's going on, guys? Where are you guys at?
Tom's muted.
He's muted. Oh, hold on. Time out.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I think Tom's got to unmute himself.
Oh, I have to. He's muted on his own end. Tom, unmute yourself. Tell him to unmute himself. Paul, click off the mute.
Paul?
Silence of the Lamb. There he is.
Paul, if you can hear me, Tom is muted.
You guys.
Now we got you.
Lines up.
It puts the finger.
Paul, how you doing, Paul?
See me on glitch?
Tom, we can hear you, Tom. We can hear
Tom,
you.
you've been doing this for how many months? Get it right. Where is he? Oh, Jesus.
Hey, before he comes back as well, congratulations, Sean. You hit 25,000 subscribers. Congratulations
nice.
to you.
You mean
subs? Yeah, subs.
Oh, man. That's amazing.
25,000, man. That is nothing to shake a stick at, my friend.
I like Dylan always says, you got to understand what that means. I don't know what that means. I want to get justice for John O'Keefe. I don't know how long.
I agree.
Right?
I agree. Yeah. I'm grateful for how many people are enjoying my channel right now. But the thing is about it, it's such a blessing because I'm genuinely, truly passionate about talking about this case and what's happening with it.
Absolutely.
So it's just this whole thing, regardless of the circumstances, unfortunately, has been a blessing because it brought a lot of really good people together, and we're all just looking for justice. People of different sides of the political spectrum, it's been amazing. It's the most American thing I've ever been a part of, and I'll never forget it, and I'll never not be in everyone's debt for
we are definitely. I'm telling you right now, we're on the right side of history. Tom, unmute yourself.
Agreed.
There he is. Paul, Christopher, Tom, hit the unmute.
He's off again.
So this has been great. We're at 326. Someone would say that TB said that the jury is out. What the hell is he talking
about? Deliberating.
I think he was just he went live and he was making that the title of the live.
Oh, okay.
He's going out and hanging out with the people, hanging out and supporting.
Yeah.
And so he was going to, that's just the title of the live, I think.
What's your TikTok, Nurse Kim? What's your TikTok name, Nurse Kim?
Yeah, I'm nurse_Kim, and that's me. And Sean, Sean's from Massachusetts, but Dylan and the Glairer, Will, that's your Will, right, Will?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. So I'm a Massachusetts nurse, right? And my dad is a retired Massachusetts police officer. So this was a very difficult case. For Sean agreed with me, and he was like, "Show your face, little girl," because I was like, "I don't want to do it." Like, even though I had such strong feelings, about that it never made sense to like us nurses, right? In the medical community, we were always saying, wait a minute, for any pedestrian strike we've ever seen, there's more injuries to the victim, the human, and also to the vehicle. And I just couldn't get around that, no matter how I tried to do mental gymnastics to be in the favor of the Commonwealth. And then when they upped her charges from manslaughter to murder too, I said, oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, I like what I did was I went live when I first started diving into the case. The people who recommended the case to me were like, okay, it looks like she's innocent, but you have to do a deep dive and you have to really, you can't just listen, you can't read articles. The mainstream media is not talking about this the way it should. So you can't just read articles and watch news clippings. You can't do that. You have to actually read the documents and the statements. And then I got a hold of Sleuthy Goosey's spreadsheet and I was like, all right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just go live. And I went live and I was like, listen, I don't know anything about this case. I just got this spreadsheet and we're going to explore it together. If you guys find that interesting, then hang out. If not, I don't blame you for feeling that it's boring. I had no idea it was going to become this. I had no idea
what
at the time. But people who were already passionate about the case started kind of guiding me. That was the other really cool thing about
still
this.
Muted, Paul.
Nobody.
There you go. You're unmuted. Here's the ground troops, guys. We got
all right.
We got the ground troops. Paul, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing, Sean? Well,
where you guys hiding out at?
Chilling.
Look who's here. We got Kelly. We got
the young jerk.
Oh wow, Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Michael. Jesus.
Wow.
Look at man.
That's great.
We got Mark. Is Mark with you guys? Mark Mazza?
Maz is right there.
Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Have my glasses on.
We got somebody else coming up behind us.
Hi, Nathan Reed.
Nathan
Reed.
Hey.
Nathan Reed. Good to see you again, buddy.
Dylan McGlera.
Gentlemen, how are you? Ladies?
And ladies.
How are you?
We're great. How are you and family?
Look at that, those handsome people right there. Look at that, huh? That's
beautiful. Now, right?
Where are you guys hanging out at?
We are in a church nearby, just directly across the street from the courthouse. Just awaiting, hopefully, a quick verdict.
Yes.
How you feeling?
Listen, I'm telling you, I had the under. The 2 hours was set. I had the under. I hope we're getting close, right, Dylan?
Just over 2 hours.
Okay.
No, they have fun first. They weren't allowed to.
Is that Nathan? Is that Nathan?
Yes.
Nathan, yeah.
Nathan.
Yeah, I don't think they started deliberating till about 2:15. So
beautiful.
We have 4 o'clock.
Did you guys check on Howie Carr? Howie Carr is all Team Reed. I'm telling you. Did you check it? It's beautiful.
We can tell by his article.
Yeah.
I think we want where everyone is jury-wise at 4 o'clock. If they ask for more time, that's probably very good news that they're close.
Yes. Yes. Hey, Nathan.
Go into tomorrow.
I've been asked by Ashley Banfield if you would like to come on the show sometime between tonight and tomorrow. Clearly up to you on News Nation.
I'll have to clear it with the lawyer.
In front of 20,000 people, 25,000 people.
Yeah, I think
it's up to you, my friend.
I'm sure we'll hold off until.
Yeah, I figured that.
The invite.
But I'll tell you, your family is incredible, absolutely incredible, and the support everyone's given, everyone from the ground troops up to Aiden and around everyone, the content creators, everyone, the people in the chats, everyone doing the standouts, Legacy down to Plymouth, up to the Dedham and New Hampshire, everywhere. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yep. Tom, I got to tell you, Tommy.
Yeah, a big thank you to everybody here. We wish you were here in New England, but we appreciate it.
Nathan. But
I
Tommy,
want my glasses for you, Sean.
Thank you. I love those. But Tommy, let me
Yes,
give
sir.
Tommy a very special thank you. You know, you're a little rough around the edges with that camera, but I got to tell you, if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't know anything. And I got to tell you, hands off to you, my
Second
friend.
list. Come on.
Hands off.
I'm not perfect. I don't want to be.
Hold on. You've been the pivot point, my friend. Tom CPU, buddy. You've been the pivot point, the whole thing. So I really appreciate it, man. It's great to have the information, right? You're right there every morning, driving up. It's beautiful. The traffic report, you got the weather report, and you got the ground troops right there waiting on you. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
man.
I give the content. You guys take it and run with it. It's everyone does a part. It's amazing how everyone does a little piece.
It's great handoffs. Everyone hands off. Aiden's been the torch carrier. He started it off. He's still fighting. Look at the kid did 60 days in jail. Come on. Where is Aiden? How about Aiden?
Yeah. No doubt.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Amazing. Yeah. And how about the dream team? Jackson. Eddie.
That closing was amazing.
Eliza Little.
Yeah, he was, Cal. He was.
Incredible.
I mean, the whole team. The whole team.
Yeah,
This is beautiful.
absolutely.
Beautiful. Beautiful. How's
It was a
Joanne
thing of
doing up
beauty.
there in the chat? I love it.
Thanks for the coverage, and we'll speak soon.
Wait, we have one
Yes,
more.
thank you so much, my friend. Hey, Nathan, tell Nathan this. Tell Nathan. Hold on. Get Nathan. Nathan. Oh, wait a minute.
Nick.
Oh, hi, Nick.
Nikki, what's going
Rocco.
on, Nikki? How you doing, Nikki? What's up, buddy?
You guys ready to set Karen free?
Okay.
Yeah.
We are.
Hurrah!
Absolutely.
We are, buddy. We are. So,
Boy.
anyways, good job. I think you're frozen. You might be
Thank you
frozen.
guys.
Sending all
Appreciate
of
the
our
coverage.
positivity.
Can I say something? John,
Bye, guys. I love you.
Mike,
See you,
all
Cal.
right, Grace.
Stop it, Kelly.
What about Mike? What about
I know a lot of people are watching. We had almost 500 people out there tonight.
beautiful?
Every single one of them that came out there today. Almost 500 people.
Absolutely.
Out in the 90-degree weather to support Karen Reed.
You
So
were lining the streets. It was beautiful.
it was a beautiful thing. We're going to be here. And like you said, you 5 people in here would not be here if Aiden didn't run that article back in April of last year. So you know why we're here, and we're here for Karen to be free.
I'd probably be a scratch golfer right now if it wasn't for Aiden.
Yeah.
You're right, Paul.
Let me take a here for a minute.
All right. But there's Mazza.
Mazza.
Come on over here, Maz. Come on in. Come on in, Maz.
Look at he showed his face. We're gonna,
I know. Finally, nice. Finally. Come on, Maz. Let's hear that voice.
How are you guys doing?
I want to hear that voice, Maz. Come on, man.
Yeah, I got the voice. I got the legendary voice. I see everyone there. Alternate corner. What's going on, man? I never met you before. You're doing a great job, Dylan. I love you, man. There's Kim. Good to see you again. The Glare is rocking the Cobra shirt. He's ready to go, man.
Look at that. Look at that. This guy doesn't miss a trick, man. He's all over it. All over Mazza, man. I love the fact you came out. Now you don't have to be secret squirrel anymore. Give me a number. I can't talk to the guy because my phone won't take block number. We got Mike Crawford. Look at the beard. He has no beard anymore. Look at he looks like a little kid.
I know. I didn't recognize him at all. Wow.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Well.
So, anyways, I'm jittery. I'm excited. I am so excited. We've lived this every night, every day, every part of my life has been involved in this. You guys the same way, and I just can't wait till victory, till vindication, complete exoneration. That's what it has to be, no doubt. You know, and then we go to phase two. Right, we go to phase 2, and we get justice for John O'Keefe.
Yep.
That's what we do. We get justice for John O'Keefe, and that's the bottom line. That's what I'm in for, right there, Michael. You know that.
Oh yeah,
hey, Michael. How about the taillight pictures today? Huh? How about the taillight? Hey, kill me.
John, you did amazing.
They want to kill me about that taillight. I'm telling you, they brought it in. I loved it. He said, "Look at right there." Look at that light. I've been saying this since August. Look at the goddamn light. The friggin' Hillbilly Nitro says, "Oh, I got the little." He blurted it out. He had a spotlight, blurred it. I said, "No, look at that right there. Oh, it was beautiful."
Fuck Hillbilly Nitro in the ear. Seriously, that dude is awful.
Yeah,
he's an idiot. He goes back. He goes back.
You know him from the old days, right there. Amazing. Yeah.
So, listen, I have a question. Do you guys have any questions for us?
I do. Is Nathan still there? I want you to tell him. It's not a question. It's a comment. Tell Nathan his on-camera facial expressions are the best. They're the best. And they can't catch him at the best time. He's smirking. He's looking at the prosecution table. It's the best. How about you guys? Any questions for Tommy and Michael and Mazza?
I don't have a question, but I got a comment just to say to you guys, you're smashing it. You know that, Mike. I speak to you sometimes, Mike. I do try every morning to catch up with Mazza, Mike, and Pedro.
Hold the phone. We have the special Melanie Little. My God, look at this is a party. Look at this Melanie.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
This is the coolest thing I've ever been a part of on YouTube.
This is amazing. Where is everyone? I'm going to set this thing up. How do I do it?
I mean, I heard you were having like an open house over here, so I had to pop in and say hi.
Amazing. Is everybody on? Everyone's still on. This is beautiful. Melanie.
That's where the party is, I heard.
I gave you the best accolade I think I could ever give. And I got to tell you, the way you broke down every page of this case was phenomenal. I got to tell you, I thought I knew a lot about the case. I went to your channel. I listened to every stream and I said, this is what this is all about. You took it, Melanie. I love you for that. You were awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Having the guts to be like no other law tubers were doing and saying anything as directly and as passionately as you were doing it until you were the first one. And I mean, so, and that was so important because you got somebody like me and I'm a high school dropout. You know what I mean? So like to have an attorney, someone who's looking at this and going, no, this is wrong, is a big deal and extremely productive to raising awareness. So thank you for that.
Well, thank you. You're funny as hell, Will. So don't sell yourself short. But look, I've never been afraid to speak out about things that I thought were horrific injustices. And I, ever since I was a kid, I would stand up at assemblies and they'd be like, does anybody have any questions? I'd stand up and challenge, whoever was in the third grade assembly. So my parents always said, you're going to be a lawyer. And I'm like, no way. Like, that's boring. But here I am. Some people need a voice. And when I started digging into this, and it was only since I've only been looking into this case for 6 months, a little bit before that, behind the scenes, but like for the judge to insinuate that this Dr. Marie Russell wanted to insert herself in this case, I am here to tell you that this is not something that anybody would wish upon themselves. And those of you who have been covering it know the hatred, the vitriol, the harassment, the attacks that we have received for simply talking. And I'm just reviewing legal documents,
Right.
Is not something that anyone, certainly Dr. Marie Russell, wouldn't wish that on herself. So kudos to all of you for also fighting the good fight and keeping up the public awareness and, speaking out for people who can't speak out. And listen, what if they succeeded, let's just say, in framing Lucky? And what if Lucky was the one on trial instead of Karen Reed right now? Do you think that Lucky would have the means and the ability and the money to be able to afford this kind of a defense and would have the public support and backing that we are seeing right now? Because that broke my heart to think about that when he was up on the stand and he had the guts to get up there and speak out against this family that he has known since he was in elementary school, and to get up there and talk about this, like, that took so much courage. And I just thought to myself, like, what if he was the one? What if that was the original plan, was to blame it on Lucky? And we'd be watching a totally different trial right now. I mean, or would they have just written off it as an accident? Who knows? But
as far as the Canton cops go, and then your buddy Ed Wallace.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I was up
last night.
I watched him last night. Ed Wallace is my hero. right? He wants crime scene investigators to be certified, right? Certified. He said, if you didn't have the utilities, the tools to do a proper crime scene investigation, you should have called in. It doesn't matter. Rain, snow, sleet, tsunamis, hurricanes. You secure the scene. That's how you keep the integrity, right? But Melanie, I did have a question for you, and I'm so happy you're on. I really. So
you knew I would come, Sean.
I know. I
told you yesterday I would come on over.
So, anyways, in your whole career as a litigant, right, in civil cases, especially accidents, how many times in your life did you ever run across a person like Trooper Paul?
Never.
Right? Never, right? Never.
I mean, Alan Jackson talked in his closing about Karen being the patsy here, how they picked her to be the patsy.
Right.
Lucky was going to be the patsy, right? And then Karen became the patsy, and Trooper Paul really became the patsy, right?
Yeah, he really did.
The MSP. Like, I heard you talking last night. I was listening to your show last night, and you were saying you kind of felt bad for the guy, like he's a kid. I don't know how old he is. Is he a kid? I mean, I call everybody under 30 a kid. So, but
14 years on the job.
I feel like he thought he was going to be the star witness here, and he was going to come in and he's going to lay all this knowledge on everyone and his brilliant theory of the case, because they told him, like, it was like a scavenger hunt. Like, here's what we got. All right. We got 60 feet, 24 miles an hour. We got a sneaker. We got a clock glass, poof, make it work. And that's what he did. He reverse engineered this theory that he thought was so brilliant with the pirouette and the spinning and the smacking the head on the curb and flying. And then it turned out that it was laughable, and never seen anything like that.
I do think they set him up a little bit. I don't believe he had all the information, but I got to tell you, he must have been listening to my or reading my tweets over the weekend before he came back on Monday to testify. He was a completely different guy. He couldn't say his name. He couldn't say his name he was having a hard time on his direct with Lally. It was over when Jackson said, "You have a degree in bio, whatever the hell it is." I can't say it. Oh my God, it was
biomechanical engineer. And here's the thing too, the Commonwealth has, pretty much like unlimited resources, right? I mean, you guys who live in Norfolk County, I don't know how high your taxes are. I don't know if they're as high as they are, here in New York, but I'm sure you pay a pretty penny to live, right? In the county, your tax dollars are paying for this, this prosecution of Karen Read, and they have pretty much unlimited resources. So if Michael Morrissey decides to dip into the budget a little bit and hire a real accident reconstruction team to prosecute this case, if he felt that strongly about it, he would have done that. But instead, he knew what he had with Trooper Paul, and it's his fault if he didn't prep him properly. But to allow that kind of evidence to come into this trial, which was an embarrassment, quite frankly, to the district attorney's office and the county, they could have hired an outside team. They didn't do it, and that's on them.
Lolly's the worst lawyer I've ever seen in a trial. Easily the worst I've ever seen in a trial.
Well, Mello gives him a run for his money too.
Well, he hasn't gone to trial yet, but yeah, like I've said that Mello is the number one. Like, I mean, I don't know where they dug him up.
But here is the frosting on all the cake. And Tom CPU, who is ever there, you are never, ever going to see the FBI and the DOJ go into a county like they did in Norfolk, a Democrat county, right? With a Democrat U.S. attorney, right? And an AG, attorney general, and come in and slap Mike Morrissey around, slap the state police around. That's what they did. And guess what they did? They defended Karen Read. That's the message. That is the message behind everything. And when that jury finds out that the whole thing was a fugazi, they're going to find out, and they're going to say, they're going to be pissed that was hidden from them. And they should have never hid that fact from them, ever. This is how you get in problems. And the thing is, the federal government knows her civil rights were violated. That's why they were involved. They know it all. They know it. So you'll never see that. And Melanie, the political nightmare that they got involved in, they would never do that if they didn't have the goods. You don't take a shot like that. The feds are feds, right? But you got to live in the counties in the state you live in. And you got Mike Morrissey, a powerful DA. You got the state police. They went at them. They attacked the state police. They went right into the belly of this investigation and said, no, you're done. It's over.
Right.
Not only are we criticizing, but we're going to haul you all into a federal grand jury. And God knows what else they have. It's incredible.
Yeah. And then for them to think that, it was all about Karen, all about, they came in because of Karen, like Karen's the one who went to the DOJ and it's all because of her connections. And, the defense team went they don't do that, Sean. You know that. I know that.
No.
The feds just don't get involved because somebody says, hey, come on over, take a look at this. It's not how it works. There's a lot more to this story. It goes much deeper, I think, than we think. And it's not going to be over. And when Josh Levy said to both attorneys, in good conscience, I cannot allow this to go to trial, that was huge. And knowing that the Commonwealth had this report from these two, we call them crash daddies, by the way, Dr. Wolf and Dr. Rentschler, they had this report. They knew about this. Morrissey had every opportunity to walk in there and drop these charges, and he didn't do it. Because he's an egotistical ass, apparently, and he's way too deep in this to but he should have done that. That would have been the right thing to do.
That
he didn't do it.
The case
Here we are.
I believe it was a fact-finding operation on his part, and what they did, Melanie and everyone else, they spun it around. They all thought they were going to go down and bring out corruption. All they did was say, hey, guess what? We just want to say, tell us it was a hit and run. Show us it was a hit and run. And they couldn't do it. They gave more attention to Colin Albert and Jen McCabe than they did their own investigation, their own charges. They didn't prove a thing.
They were running defense from the beginning.
Exactly.
They were running defense the entire time. And they had the
in
ball.
pre-trial. Pre-trial. I remember thinking that, going, is it just me? Or, we'll have to wait till trial, but is it just me, or does it seem like the defense is actually on the offense here, and the prosecution is playing defense and deflect this entire time? They're not filing motions; they're writing oppositions and filing them. That's it.
Exactly.
Well, somebody says, Sean, tell Melanie and everyone about the tow truck driver.
Well, here's the thing, Melanie. We had a little breaking news. Now, here's the thing. I am going to verify this, but this guy, Kevin Farris, has been on. A very good guy, commenting on Dylan's show, my show. He's made the rounds. He went down. He lives in Dighton. He went down to the tow truck company that towed Karen's vehicle on the 29th. Okay. He spoke to the tow truck driver and he said, hey, were you going to be called? He says, nope, they never called me. And he said, well, what happened? He said, well, first of all, I wasn't the guy in the video. I never drove that car into the Sally Port.
More smoke and mirrors. So that wasn't him coming out of the inverted car.
No, that wasn't him. It wasn't him slipping. He said, I never drove the car. And on me. Why would they? He had that's evidence. They can't let the guy
I
drive.
thought that too.
Right? So that makes sense. Doesn't it make sense? But yet they even faked it so much, taking a picture.
Yeah.
They staged this whole thing. This is the craziest thing. I can't wait.
You've been talking about this since the beginning. You've been on top of that taillight. That was your thing forever and ever and ever.
And they got to show the taillights. They got to show it. I said, look at that taillight right there. Look at it.
Yep.
And that's what Jackson
You
said.
were right,
Look at that.
You were right.
And they
Golf
put
clap for Sean,
what I love about getting Telly. Somebody you wrote in a report there was 3 pieces, right? Next thing it's raining, not men, it's raining taillight everywhere. Everywhere it's raining taillights.
5 to 47.
Oh my God. And the fact that
I'll never be able to listen to that song again in my life.
I know.
Like Olivia Niles said, all they did was they broke that taillight in a controlled environment to get every 47 pieces to show up nicely to put that thing back together. How stupid do they really think that we were going to be? We got intelligence. We have common sense.
Right.
I just wanted to get. I got to jump back to my channel because I just told everyone I was coming here for 10 minutes. But I wanted to get all your reactions to Brian Albert, Nicole Albert. Brian Albert, Jen McCabe, Colin Albert, and Kerry Roberts in the courtroom today.
Thugs. That's my word.
Shouldn't be there till
shocking.
Yeah.
And
Jury
disgusting
intimidation
for
much?
me.
I mean, what was that about?
Right.
Disgusting.
I mean, it was literally each person except for Higgins that was most that were the most implicated in third party. So, I mean, it can't be a coincidence. None of them are immediate to each other. You had Brian, you had Jen McCabe, you had Colin Albert, and you had Carrie Roberts. It was definitely planned that way. It's very, very strange.
Right.
And the camera was on them a lot, so we weren't the only ones who noticed that. The media was noticing this and going, whoa, what is this?
And how embarrassing for, while Alan Jackson is disparaging each one of them, to be able to watch their reactions to that in real time. Like, why, if you were them, why would you want to, Kim, why would you want to be there? Knowing that they were going to harass you and talk about you?
Is that what that was about this morning?
I don't know. Oh, no, dismissing the juror. They dismissed a juror this morning, a woman.
Yeah. Something definitely, I would look, maybe Aiden caught up with her, who knows, but
he's coming in now. He's coming in.
But I don't know if you remember Joan, who I interviewed, who's a friend of the family. She said it was the fact that Papa, she calls him Papa, was not there. It was a message to all of us. His absence meant that he believes in Karen wholeheartedly. That was her message.
So too.
Yep.
He loved her very much.
Said, I'm not being with those thugs. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to sit there.
It's crazy. All right, I got to go. Peace out, everyone. Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hey,
I can get a verdict today.
Hey, Melanie, real quick. I know this kills. I know this kills Dylan, but could you see this? Your little friend there, Jennifer. Hello, it's the FBI. Knock, knock. We have a search warrant. I don't want to use force today. Please put your hands behind her. She's a fugazi. She's a fraud, Melanie. I'm sorry.
It's the Michigas. I had Auntie Deb on with me earlier today. He did a whole routine. He did all the characters. He had Jen McCabe calling on the phone. It was hilarious. So you just can't make this stuff up, you guys. You just can't. But
and you have to have a little humor too. I mean, you do.
You have
because
to.
They're idiots.
Otherwise, we're gonna cry.
Exactly.
All right, I gotta go. They're getting restless.
Melanie,
Bye, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Hold on. We got another guest coming up. Look at this. Boom. We lose one, we get one. Look at Brian, Melanie. Oh, how about Brian?
What's up, Brian?
He's like, Melody's gone, I'm going as well then.
Jody Lee, what a party, right? Jesus.
I gotta say, I've never been a part of a case where there were so many creators covering it.
Right.
And so willing to interact. Like that right there is telling as to what we are all looking for here.
Yeah,
we are all focused on getting justice. We are all passionate about getting justice. So I've never been involved in a case where so many creators were in some. I've never been in competition with any creators, but it's happened where creators are in competition with that. But this is not that, and it's beautiful.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Jesus.
Hold on.
Friggin' sound effects.
I got to introduce this next guest, the one and only Aiden, the big dog himself. Daddy,
hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Buddy?
I gotta take this. She's telling me it might be something.
He's in. He's
Hold
out.
on,
He's in. Look at this. This is the best ticket in town, Dylan. What time is it over there in Wales?
It's 9 o'clock, nearly 9 o'clock.
Oh, you still got time, my friend.
Yeah, still got time.
What a party. Where did Aiden go?
He said 1 minute. He said he'd be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, but this is nice. This really is. Where's Kim Fordham? Come on, Kim. I want you on. Here we go. Here he is.
There he is.
He's just so popular. He gets mobbed everywhere he goes.
Look at him. He does.
You can't go anywhere. I'm on a live stream, guys. Don't care.
So I'm going down to the press line right now. I'm told that there's issues in the press line about Josh just called me, said I can't get back in. What? I gotta get back in.
Oh wow,
man!
It's like
awesome.
Reggie Boss sucks.
Yeah, what is her Aiden? What's her role? What's her role? Seriously.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great,
good,
my
man.
friend.
Are we gonna get a verdict today or not?
I say we do. We'll give them time. I say we do.
I hope I don't know
Sean,
I don't know how long they go to. Nobody seems to know the answer to that. If they can
I
go
mean,
to
it's 4
45
now.
or whatever, but
Right.
I gotta go. I'm gonna mute myself and take my camera off for a minute. I just gotta go to the
Sure.
press line for a minute.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Brian, how the hell you doing there? Brian LTL is on the show. You just
What's
missed
up, man?
Melanie. You just
What's
missed
up,
Melanie.
Brian?
I just wanted to check in. I had another break here at work.
Can I get you in a little bit? Actually, I gotta go over to the press line.
Hold
Yeah,
on.
go this way.
Here we go. Take care of that. I got the bitch button right now. How about that?
No, I just wanted to check in again and say hi. I got a small little break here at work and
Yeah,
just try to get some
beautiful.
updates.
So Aiden's getting a little messages from the press line that he may be booted out for some reason or won't
man.
be able to save his slot. I don't know what the hell's going on. We just had Melanie Little. She broke away
nice.
from the channel. She came in. It was great. We got the Glera. We've
Hey,
got
Will.
Tom CPU with Nikki. Is
What's up,
it Nikki?
Brian?
What's up?
Hold on. Come on. Right there. You with the head. What's your name, buddy? Tell me your name.
Mike.
Michael. Indian
Mike.
Mike.
Indian
I'm
Mike.
sorry. We communicated before in the middle there. I'm sorry. What's your name again?
Erica.
What's it again?
And Erica.
Erica.
Nice.
Erica. All the time. I love it. Love the hairdo. Seriously, my right-handed guy. I love it. I love it. I love all the times you're there with Karen, hugging, giving the big hugs. We got Aiden in the crowd here. He's working out some. We got Nurse Kim. Brian. Nurse Kim is here. We got law enforcement. We've got the nurses. We got the podcast. We got Tom CPU and the crew. We got Dylan. We got internationals. We have an international party with Dylan. We got 31,880 people watching this right now from all ends of the earth. Australia, Austria, Helene. I won't ever forget Austria, Helene. Thank you for the song. How about that song you created?
That's awesome. Congratulations. Hey, everybody. It's nice to see everybody again. I was
great.
wondering, what time they're going to, is there a time limit that they stop today? Has anybody figured that out?
Well, I'm sure there is. I just don't know what time that is.
Yeah, I would say probably 5 o'clock, maybe, right?
Yeah, they should. Listen, they should have a pulse. One of the court officers should, come in and say, guys, what do you think?
Right.
There, give an indication, right? Give an indication, and but I don't know. Bev runs a tight ship. Does she like staying after 4:30 with the traffic? I don't know.
Happy hour.
I know. If it goes tomorrow, I'll be out there at the courthouse tomorrow.
What did she say, Erica? I'm sorry.
Mrs. Reed told us that she heard Bev ask the jury if they were willing to stay late. I didn't hear what the answer was, but that's what she told us 20 minutes ago.
That's a great sign. That is a great sign. Now that's stand up for Bev. She may know more than us. I got to tell you, right?
Right?
Yeah.
So,
if it goes tomorrow, I'll be out there.
Now, Brian, were you able to see the whole closing arguments today?
I saw some of Jackson while I was on my break at work. I thought he was very impressive. He stuck to the facts in this case, where Lally wanted to get up and skew the jury again with these fictitious renditions of what happened at 34 Fairview. And then I heard a little bit of the jury instructions, and here we are.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Mm-hmm. That's good. I got to tell you again. I mean, when Jackson started up, look the other way. Don't look here. What an opening. What an absolute.
We're going to
opening.
frame it on the girl. He kept saying it. We're going to frame it on the girl.
The girl.
That was in that
the
text
girl.
message.
Right.
Yep.
The girl.
I mean,
pin it on the girl.
Meticulously went down examples of just sheer dishonesty, misconduct. I mean, just laid it. I mean, it was graceful, is what it was, but direct and no punches pulled. It was amazing.
Yep. Yeah.
Marissa, Marisa? No, they're sitting waiting to be called. They're off-site, right on the property there, one of those little church rooms, whatever. They're close by, just in case. But that was a question in the chat. And then the other one, Big Matt McCabe. Tell him the man didn't go in. Tell them the man didn't go in.
Yeah.
Right? How about that
Right.
one? That was a classic.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't mean to be rude, but I do got to get back to work. I just wanted to check in
Brother,
and say hi
love
to
it.
everybody.
Anytime, and I'll be on your show tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, 8
we
p.m.
will definitely have a verdict by then. I can tell you that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
No
All right,
doubt.
bye, everybody.
You got it, my friend.
Hey, Brian.
Take care.
We're
Bye-bye.
going to bounce too. We're going to go make sure everything's good outside.
You got it, my friend. Tell everyone, say, come
All
on.
right.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Tommy. Come on back on. Get some of the ground troops with the party with us.
Okay.
Get some of those.
It was,
You
there
like
was 8 of us. We had to interlock arms, 8 of us.
God.
We interlocked arms, made a circle, and had to push through the crowd to get the team over here.
It was so bad, Sean. We couldn't get through the crowd. So many people. We were also
that's a good thing,
great
though.
shuffling. Flies
That's
a little.
good thing, right? That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Right? One question. Any cops for John O'Keefe out there? Any cops for the family? Any cops? Where are the cops that carry the casket?
The
Where are the
McAlbert
cops?
a state police escort back to their vehicles. Karen got nothing.
Oh, they couldn't stay out there?
Karen's mom asked for some help across the street, and she told me that the state police officer told her that she can push the button on the light like everybody else.
See, hey, I'm going to tell you, where are the cops that lined the street at the church for John? Where are those cops? Where are the cops that carried the casket in to the church? Where are they? They should be out there. One way, Tom, you're not going to attack anyone, right?
Never.
And no one would. No one in the movie.
Of course not. But where the hell are they? Yeah. So guys, try to get some of the ground. Go find Dennis Sweeney or Dina, all those people. Okay. All right, Erica.
Let's go. All right. We're inside. We're gonna go up.
All right. How about that? We got Aiden. Let's see if Aiden's. We can.
Oh, that's so good. Sean, the only other thing I wanted to say was the part where was Aiden? No, okay.
No.
Was when Jackson had the line that he didn't just draw the thin blue line, he erected the tall blue wall.
That
we are not allowed on that side of the wall, and it's to keep us out. I had the hairs on my arm.
Listen, I got 35 years on my belt doing the job. That was chilling. That was a chilling message. I'm telling you, that was epic. That was epic. It really was. So
it really did a very smooth way of villainizing the prosecution.
Oh,
he just had a great way of coloring that. If you know what I mean, just adding the colors that make the jury go
right.
I
love how he went through.
Oh, here he is.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Here he is. Bring him on.
Hold on.
All right, Aiden, where are you, buddy? What's the news?
We're coming in. We might have a verdict.
Coming in hot.
We might have a verdict.
Why else would they be coming in?
Yeah, we have to.
Unless there's a question.
Unless there's a question. No, they may.
Is there a verdict? No. Okay, no verdict.
No verdict.
Yet. Okay. No verdict yet.
All right. No verdict. That means they either are going to get dismissed or.
Oh, there's a question. One of the two.
Yeah, usually they don't bring the whole jury in, right?
They wouldn't bring the whole team back for that. No.
Well,
they would. The
prosecution needs to be in for the question.
For a question. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's up to them if they want to bring them all or not. It's up to them then. Karen has to be there, and at least one representative would have to be there. And knowing them, they'd all want to be there.
The Turtle Boy security team is taking
Hey! Look at that.
Oh no, nothing. False alarm. False. Oh, is that what they're doing? They're dismiss the jury. So they are dismissing the jury for the day. That's what. That's what I'm being told.
All right.
Dismissing the jury for today. We're coming back tomorrow.
All right.
So that's
there you go, guys.
We wanted
there it is.
Today. We hope
there it is.
Today, but we're gonna have to wait another night. So
that's fine. That's fine.
I think he's being interviewed.
Mike, how are you, buddy? Mike from the Young Jerks is here.
Yeah, we had him.
There he is.
There's Michael.
Or Young Jelly, as certain people call him.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, and Mazzanini is here. What's going on? Yeah, and Mike McDonough is here. We got all
one place. That was Richie. Man, we had them all.
Big Richie, yeah.
We had Richie in there too, didn't we?
Anyway,
We did.
it's been wild.
Yeah, Richie was the guy at the end.
Oh, I'm told that they are going home for the day. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
No
All right.
verdict.
All right. Well, they're doing their due diligence. They're probably going over. I mean, they should,
They were
right?
only deliberating since 2:15, right?
Only since 2:15. Okay, so all right, just under 2 hours. Okay, well, I mean, hey,
So we don't know what's going on. You heard what I heard.
right?
You know,
that makes sense.
So,
That makes sense.
Yep.
All right. All right. Well,
what do you
I'll
guys
tell
think? I mean, it's an easy not guilty verdict, but you know,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
they want to take their time. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's hope it's not a hung jury. I mean, there's always that fear that there's one holdout for whatever reason. You know.
Let me tell you, the two jurors they got rid of were the best two jurors. I don't know what happened with that first one. She was the best. And then the second one in the lottery, they eliminated two because there's 14 and they had to pick two alternates. And the other awesome one that was like disgusted by Proctor, disgusted by her. She got picked. So she's an alternate. So I don't know. It's 6 men, 6 women. We'll see what happens.
Aiden. So juror number 3 got dismissed. Is that number 3 from Bev's side or
No,
from
just
the
I
door
call her
side?
that from my side.
Okay.
She sits in the third
Okay.
seat in the bottom. So, and she's alert the whole time. She looks like Pam Beasley, and she's like, when Trooper Paul was giving his testimony, she shook her head and she goes, "What?" Easy, not guilty verdict. But it's just
Hey,
a
Aiden,
bummer.
did your eyes cross the gaze of Brian Albert at all?
He won't look at me. He's right in front of me. He won't look at me. And they walked out of here. Albert, Colin, and Jen and Kerry, they all walked out of here. All these reporters asked them questions about why you here, who invited you here. They won't talk. They won't talk. And the answer is that the O'Keefes invited him here because the O'Keefes are just as bad as the McAlberts.
Yeah,
People
well,
need to realize that.
you know they're
never
not
around.
coming
They heard
on.
the truth. They don't give a shit. They're one of the McAlberts.
Yeah, you know they're not coming on board. That's for sure. They're never
don't
coming
care.
on board. No.
Not after today. Definitely, most definitely.
Yeah. Wow. Well, listen. So we get to do this again tomorrow, Dylan.
Yep.
Guys, Tim, Aiden, Will. You know, on CPU, we get to do this. You know, we do it again.
Yeah.
So,
anyway, I got to get out of here, but thanks.
you got it, Aiden. Good job. Good job, buddy.
I don't even know how to get out of here, but.
All right. Great. Well, guys, listen. It's been a long day, right? I think everything that it needs to be said has been said, right?
Yeah.
We know what this is. The evidence is in. I don't believe they reached their burden at all. I've been around the court systems a lot. Kim, you know the medical evidence. It's not there.
Yep.
Right.
It's not there.
No.
And it was good having Rentschler, who I like to call Center of Mass Daddy. Okay.
Oh.
Who was our last one up yesterday, was incredible. And that for Alan Jackson to to correlate back in his closing statement that the science isn't there, right? For this to be a pedestrian strike. Follow the science, follow the physics. It does not equal a pedestrian strike. And I was like, thank God that he got that in and clearly laid it out for the jury.
Right.
Exactly. I love how they were so adamant about it. Like they were almost passionate about being able to, like, don't misunderstand us. This couldn't have happened.
Right.
So they did that at just the limit to where they wouldn't sound unprofessional, you know, or sound emotionally invested.
Oh, we have Duty Ron is in. Duty, where are you? Let me get back here. Duty Ron is in the house here. Hey, buddy, listen, I was watching you at 1:00 this morning. You guys are great. Eddie Wallace, he said the right thing. Where is he? I can't find him. The thing is going. Duty, we'll definitely talk, my friend, my brother. Duty Ron and Ed Wallace, man, they're a great tag team. And he knows, Duty Ron knows, he knows that this is a travesty. But listen, I'm going to get back to one thing here, and I forgot exactly what I was going to say.
I knew you would.
I forgot exactly what I was going to Duty. I had to say hi to Duty, man. This is great. He's here. No, but guys, the bottom line is this, all right? They're going through the due diligence. I believe if they get hung up at all, right, it could be on the DUI thing, right? I mean, That's all I'm saying. It could be the DUI thing. I don't know.
But they can't charge DUI if they don't find. There's no DUI if there's no murder to or manslaughter.
No.
No, there's
No.
not. No, there's not.
Yeah.
There's not.
Well, my issue is that they never actually did a blood alcohol test while on the night of. I don't see how that could hold up.
Right. And
what they determined her blood alcohol level was an estimation based on what it turned out and what she said she drank or whatever. I don't see how that could even be, admissible.
And
as
she was
something
there
that
for
could
a
be-
Section 12, Will,
Yeah.
on top of it. It was a
Right.
Section 12, which I didn't think that could have been admissible for many a reasons.
Right. But the other thing, too, is they can't show when the hell she had
Her
a drink.
last drink.
Right?
Yes.
She could have banged out a drink when she went back with, what's her name?
on.
Kerry and Jen, took a cocktail right then and there, and she gets in with Kerry Roberts driving. Who knows? Right? They didn't ask the right questions. When's the last time you had a drink, ma'am? They didn't ask her a thing. So anyways, but listen, if that's the only thing they can find, so what? Who cares? Right? Who cared? They were
still a
all
win.
drinking. Everyone was driving.
I mean, the fact of the matter is she was drunk driving. I mean, we all know that.
So it wasn't Brian.
So we're all of them.
If she
All
gets,
of them.
yeah, if
All
she
of
gets
them were.
convicted of drunk driving, fine.
Yeah. Who cares?
Fine.
Who cares? She hasn't driven. She's probably already had time served. Not time served, but what I'm saying is you don't drive for 6 months, right? You got to take a test. Some crazy. She'll get a license back based on the time frame and all. She hasn't driven in 2.5 years. That's the thing, So, well, guys, listen. I know, Dylan, you've been up all night. Myself, Will, you're hitting it hard all the time with the streams. I appreciate everyone in the chat, and like I said, we'll be back covering this thing again tomorrow. Nurse Kim, always a pleasure to have you on. The guests that came on, the call-ins, Will, I had some call-ins. They were going crazy. People were calling in. I'm getting beep, 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 beep. I gotta get a secretary. I gotta get a big phone. We had Howie Carr on the show. He wants to come on. How about that? But anyways, guys, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for your support, Will, Dylan, Kim.
Thank you.
Mike,
And thanks for letting me stream this as well.
No, this is beautiful. It really is. And to all the people in the chat that are anti-mofos, keep the mofos in line. Everyone keep those mofos. Did I tell you the story, Will, when I was a beat cop in D.C.? This one guy said, here's having a mofo coming down the corner. I used to walk a beat, and this guy was phenomenal. He's a old guy about in his 70s, had a bag of booze on him, right? He goes, here comes Officer Mofo, Officer Mofo. I never forgot that. I don't know where the Christ that word came from. It's been 40 years. But I said, these are a bunch of mofos. They all are. Telling the whole crew a bunch of mofos, right? Will, you and I would have had a blast back in the day, back in Kendall, right? Where'd you go up, baby, right?
Oh, no. Hialeah.
Hialeah. Jesus. Yeah. Wow, man. Did many surveillance in there, buddy. All right, guys, listen, thank you so much. I really appreciate
I'll keep updating TikTok, guys. You do the YouTube, and I got TikTok for us.
Oh, that's awesome.
Morning club tomorrow morning. Morning club tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.
Yes, absolutely. And when you're going back on, not Dylan, Will.
Tomorrow morning, if they're streaming it, yeah.
Oh,
what time? You're 9 o'clock, are you, Will? You stream at 9.
Yeah. I usually go on at 9. I can't wait. This is every single night that this ends. Like, I'm looking forward to the next day.
I know.
Because this is everything. I'm just watching justice happen, and it's the coolest thing that I've ever been a part of. Like, easily.
It's one of these cases that will go down in infamy for so many reasons. But at the end of the day, we're on the right side of history. And that should be the credit to all of us. How that other team over there with the Plevin, Kevin, that Coffin Daffer, I mean, the True Wine. Come on. The other guy, what's his name? What is he? I forget the kid's name.
Idiot.
Millennium, the Boundless Millennium. What's his name?
God.
Crazy name.
I've never seen such a group of people that. Well, no, I have. Never mind.
You
That
know,
is
you've
just
been involved.
collectively stupid. Like
Yeah.
collectively
Yeah.
stupid. Just it's like they feed off each other's stupidity. It's insane.
They just want to be contrarians. They feel that they should take the other side instead of using common sense. You know,
Right.
So yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much again. I appreciate it. We'll all be back again tomorrow with Dylan. I'll do a recap later on. I'm going to be with Brian LTL tomorrow night. So listen.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it should be great. So thank you, Dylan. You're gone. Thank you, Kim. You're gone. And Will, thank you, my friend. And here we are, people. Again, thank you so much, everyone, for being out there. We still got, 31,000 people. All right. That's amazing. I just basically want everyone to know that I appreciate everyone in this whole chat. And what can I say? I thought it was going to happen today. That doesn't mean it won't happen first thing tomorrow. Juries are different. They're funny. You never know how they're going to act, but just keep the faith. And whatever you know, whatever you see, just keep the faith. Know what you know in your heart. Don't listen to the drama. Don't listen to the noise. Keep it straight. Keep it honest. And Duty Ron, we're going to get together, my friend, if you're still there. Take it easy, people. Be great. And then we're done. I think we got to do it one more time, people. What do you think? One more time.
Maceo. she go?